notify these files. We'll say notify start loading, and then once this is done up here, we'll do notify finish loading. Okay, so what's going to happen here is when the page first loads, it's going to call this middleware. It's going to say start loading, which we happen to have the loading page showing initially anyways, but this is what works on pages, and I'll show you how this works. We can even do like a delay. Actually, let's do a delay here just to show, because it's going to be so fast you're not going to see it. So let's do this real quick. Function. Just now, obviously you wouldn't do this in production because, well, there's no point in delaying it, but let's see. Just enough so we can see the loading. Okay, so come in here, we'll refresh. See that? See how that works? So that's kind of cool. And that image is really, let's just fix that. I don't want to spend too much time on this stuff, but let's just fix this real quick because it's really, really, really big. Oops. Let's do width, say px, something small. We don't want a big image here. So, and obviously, you'd put that, you'd center it in the middle of the page and whatnot. I'll fix that between videos. I don't want to spend video time doing that. Okay, so there. Does that make sense? And that's kind of how that works. Now, let's make these pages. Obviously, each page needs to have a lot to do. And you also do our communication is constantly logging what's going on here. You can see what file it's in, which we'll get more to that later on, tracking down problems. But it's important to kind of notice that right now. Let's actually create actual page JavaScript for each page, because in a production environment, the dashboard might have a lot going on, so you want to have its own file, right? So let's create a models folder, and then we'll create a dashboard.js. We'll create a about.js. We need to go into the index. We need to include those. So let's do that now. Now remember, one thing that's important to note on your startup needs to be the last file in this thing, because the DOM will load from the top to bottom. So we want your startup to load last. Well, we did the document.ready, but this is kind of how I like to do it. Okay, so models, and then we need to do dashboard.js, and then let's do alphabetical. Put it up here, about.js, and then once again in the route we can go jQuery function. We need to observe the binding, right? Bind function. Okay, and then we need to. We'll get more to exactly why we're doing this here a little bit later. Just bear with me. Start. There you go. Then we can grab all this stuff here, put that in the about page here. Okay. Now we need to actually listen for the build. I'll explain what's going on with that in just a second. So we're going to build dashboard. What happens here is we're going to section data.route. Route and dashboard. Whoa, dashboard. There we go. And let's set a semicolon just for, well, you don't really need it, but and then we'll go to about here. About. We'll say notify finish. Is it finished loading? I believe that's right. No, finish loading. We'll just grab this here like this and do it like that. We'll have the little timeout so we can tell, because it'll be so fast you can't tell. So let's just do that. No, I think I need to dashboard. There we go. Okay, so in the route file, so instead of doing it here, we'll just notify. Let's see, notify build plus hash. And that should work. So let's test it out. So refresh, and then we'll hold on a second, what's going on here? Build dashboard. That clearly isn't working here. Observe build dashboard function. Oh, dot show, that might help. So we'll just grab this here. There we go. That should work now. There we go. Okay. Okay. So now we have separate files, so we can do all sorts of fun stuff. We can keep the dashboard and the about functions and functionality separate in their own little files. And obviously, you can build that out more. You can have separate, a bunch of separate files if you're doing a bunch of really complicated stuff. But what about data from the server? Now here's where Socket Cluster comes in. We need to create a server object, and we'll do that in the next series of videos. I just wanted to show you how to create a quick little routing system. So thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next set of videos.